Well, BronyDan or PrenounDan, every pony, this is BronyDan. It's not original, but there, you try coming up with originality these days. Well, in the past 2 episodes, we've seen character development given to Big Macintosh, then Diamond Tiara, but let's see if they can do the next thing. Give character development to Shining Armor and Princess Cadance. Now, Cadance and Shining Armor have been very divisive characters since they sprung up out of nowhere during the Season 2 finale. Some were pleased because it felt they could be used to flesh Twilight out more as a character, whereas some hate them because they don't have much personality for themselves. The only thing we get from Cadance is that she's just another basic princess who does princessy things. And Shining Armor, well, he just sucks at his job as being a royal guard. So could this be the episode that fixes all that? Well, let's take a look at the one where Pinkie Pie knows. Okay, I'm not sure whether this is just lazy or this is a reference to Friends. We start off with Pinkie Pie in Sugar Cube Corner when apparently Mrs. Cake mentions that they've been given a letter of the utmost importance. Whoa, seriously? Cadance is pregnant? Well, this is quite a lot to take in.
You better believe it was a lot to take in.
But unfortunately, Pinkie has to keep the promise to herself for the whole day. So we've already got the big subject matter and the crisis, and we haven't even gotten to the opening credits. There's going to be a lot of filler in this episode, isn't there? So Pinkie decides to not tell Twilight and the rest of the main 6 about the surprise by going to the castle where they're all waiting. Okay, Pinkie, I am struggling to see how this strategy works because as we will see in this episode, you really can't hold this promise in.
It's Shining Armor and Princess Cadance! And they're coming tomorrow! Yes, on the Friendship Express rather than the Crystal Empire train, so as not to cause too much of a scene when they skip town to come visit.
Well, Shining and Cadance have written to Twilight saying that they'll be coming to Ponyville tomorrow, so she has prepared their rooms for them with Shining's old things. Okay, there's sweet and then there's disturbing. This is on the cusp of being a bit disturbing.
Sweet posters! Is that Smash Fortune?
Fortune's alive!
Watching some pony else be surprised with something is almost better than being the one who's getting the surprise. But what if the surprise is something so incredibly exciting that a pony can't keep it in any longer and she has to tell the pony who's standing next to her what it is or she might explode? The pony who ruins a surprise for some pony else has to live with that guilt forever.
Yeah, could you sound a little less forced with that statement, Rarity? Or are you trying to make Pinkie Pie know how Fluttershy was feeling during Philly Vanilli? So Pinkie decides the best solution is to stay in her room until the next day as to not spoil the surprise. However...
Mrs. Cake needs my help, but these deliveries can't wait. I can't thank you enough for agreeing to be my backup delivery pony, Pinkie.
I did?
Maybe I should hire some pony to be my backup delivery pony.
I'll do it!
Really?
Sure! There's no possible way that I could ever have anything that might interfere with doing that task. Like a gigantic, emotionally exhausting surprise that would make it super hard to be around other ponies.
Curse you, convenient hindsight! Well, the rest of the episode just seems to be Pinkie trying her best to avoid the temptations of telling any pony about the big news. And honestly, that's kind of an issue I have with the episode. Look, I love Pinkie's antics as much as the next guy, but there really is so much time that you can play with this one joke before it starts to get a bit boring. Even with the ridiculous faces that Pinkie makes, which people believe is the saving grace of this, can only take it so far. Eventually, Pinkie manages to get all of her promises finished as she arrives at the castle, only to be told that Shining Armor and Cadance may not be arriving until Saturday.
You mean I have to wait another whole day? Pinkie Pie, do you have something you need to say? Whatever it is, you can tell us. We're best friends. Friends. Tell.
Oh, great. Discord, are you messing with Pinkie's head again?
An awesome weekend with the best little sister in all of Equestria.
Hi, every pony.
So Shining Armor and Cadence have arrived just at the nick of time.
Turned out we weren't needed in Meritonia until next week. And the summit we were
No, I'm sorry. I just can't look at you two properly anymore now that we know that you two have just had sex. However, Shining asks Pinkie to keep the secret a little bit longer.
We have something. It'll be worth it. I promise.
It'd better be.
Or so help me, I'll make sure that Foal does not have a sibling. So after showing Shining Armor his room, they arrange to meet in the town square. However, they find a scroll waiting for them.
What does it say?
A scavenger hunt! Shining Armor used to set these up for me when I was a filly.
I don't know why, but I'm getting strange deja vu over another MLP-related content that dealt with a scavenger hunt. What was it again?
Come on now, my little pony team, and find the next clue where I dream. Where are you when you dream?
Well, sadly, the scavenger hunt is also on par with that due to how freaking obvious the answers are.
You've got a scroll, you're on a roll. Why don't you take a peek where young ones spend their week? A piece of paper will continue this caper.
It's the Ponyville Schoolhouse. Though this hall is rather small, in it you'll find files of all kinds. Take a look on the back of the birth certificate of Applejack. This next place is where you can buy a table or chair, or some comfy beds to rest little heads.
Duh, really? None of you? It's obviously the furniture store! It seems we've saved the best for last. We hope that you have had a blast. Now it's time to take a break where you can get a slice of cake!
Sugar Cube Corner!
That was an easy one.
Well, they soon arrive at Sugar Cube Corner, where Twilight is still trying to figure out what the link is.
School, full, birth certificate, and crib. Can it be?
Pinkie Pie is pregnant!
What?
Were you just acting so weird every time some pony mentioned the word baby? No, they tell her the surprise, and Pinkie is happy that she didn't need to learn anything from this. Yeah, have you noticed that? And thus the episode ends. So, in the end, does this episode do anything to give character development to Shining Armor and Cadence? Not really. Well, okay, maybe having a baby may do something for them in the future, but until that happens, they're still going to be characters that I don't really care for. I've never read any of the books that GM Barrow has written for the series, but if this episode is anything to go by, I'm probably not missing much. The episode just felt a bit slow in places where it had immediately rushed into the conflict before the episode had even started. Pinkie having to keep a promise could be interesting if there was a moral to it, especially with the inclusion of this line.
I've been getting liberal with those Pinkie promises lately.
Right there, you could have made a whole story around that line. But instead, we get what I have to say was quite a mediocre episode for Season 5. Nothing terrible, but certainly nothing great. This is BronyDan saying, Nosta.
This is ourselves under pressure. Under pressure.